Alright, YouTube, there it is. Check this thing out. So there I am, chilling, just minding my own business when Facebook Marketplace throws this at me. There wasn't too much information on it. Something like 1958 International Step van, with the body mostly complete, but pretty much looks like a basket case. Looks like all the steering and pedal set and engine was all there. And just like that, bag it up, we're taking this thing home. I mean, this Diamond's looking pretty rough. We can't leave it in the parking lot like that. It has to be kind of spruced up a little bit. So we put a piece of plastic mirror with some stripes on it as the grill, painted the wheels, put some lights in it, and now people are starting to see the vision. So it sat for a couple months trying to identify which engine, how we were going to do it. We were talking about making it a drift thing with a Maserati chassis and Ferrari motor. And then we went to a parade and everybody got excited about the off-road ice cream truck. So it's time. First thing you gotta do is figure out what is this thing. Here's a build from Hot Rod magazine way back in the day. So they're around. Most people think they're mail trucks or milk trucks, and that might be. They were marketed for everything. Look at how small this thing is. That's not a big guy, that's just how small it is. It's only an 8-foot wheelbase. Tiny. It's also one of the first unibody medium duty trucks, so there's not even a frame. And even if you wanted to fix what's there, you're kinda on your own. These were not cherished things, they were utility commercial trucks. Coming back to ours, let's check out this interior. Hold up, plug your ears. Even though it's super cool, you're gonna go down the road on a modern highway with this pogo stick for a seat? What? And with that said, what might this interior actually look like? You can have big comfy seats with seat belts and probably a more modern engine, so it's going to come back all the way to the back of the doors. What are we going to do with this? One thing I'll say is we really underestimated just how complete this thing is. Look at this throttle linkage. Probably 16 different links, all these pins, springs, and it's all there. It's incredible. All the shift linkages are there. The clutch, e-brake, everything. There are cables on there, so I don't know why they went through all the trouble to have these mechanical linkages everywhere. Here's your heat box. Super, super simple. You get these doors to control the zones. You open this tiny little door if you want it blowing on you. I think if you close both, it forces them through the defrost passages. I remember my dad's step van always having foggy windows, so hopefully we can preserve that. Brake reservoir, it's all there. It's incredible. I put it up for sale. Nobody really wanted it for any kind of money. Definitely not what I paid for it. So it's unfortunate, but we're going to cut this thing up. Before I do, though, I just love looking at this thing. It's just such a time capsule. Everything is just so simple. There's the fuel tank neck behind some little hatch with a tiny little spring. No bezel, no nothing, no overflow, no vent hose. If it doesn't absolutely need it, it's not on this thing. It's incredible. There's no rust. This thing has been in Arizona desert its whole life. The only spot of rust is on this little, right in front of the fender here, and I don't know why this rusted out. Like, is there wood inside that panel? That is the only spot of any kind of real rust on this whole truck. Been getting kicked around and beat over the last almost 100 years. Probably have it sitting in a field somewhere. I bought it out of a stone lot, so that was pretty good. Just some vines growing up through the back. You could see the back panel, no rust. I don't know why that piece rusted out. It'd be pretty easy to cut out and put a new one in there. But this thing is incredible. It's got like a 1-inch diameter exhaust pipe. The axle's probably the size of your pinky finger. You can see the leaf springs going right to the unibody there. Can't even believe these tires hold air. And here is the nail in the coffin. I didn't see this when I bought it. I kind of already knew I wasn't going to use the engine. But what are you going to do? I highly doubt you're going to find a transmission for this thing for this year, for that engine, whatever. I hate to say it. I really, really hate to say it. Especially since this truck is so rust-free and complete. But it's just not a practical thing to rebuild. One step above a tractor. I mean, even a tractor, you could plow, you can mow your grass. What are you going to do with this thing? Well, I know what we're going to do with it. Turns out, this is almost the exact same track width and wheelbase. And as we talked about, these Cherokees are deceptively small as well. And they're very shallow, meaning like the height from the bumper to the roof is extremely small. And so even though it's a straight 6, the engine itself is actually very small, height-wise. So I think it would fit in a doghouse pretty good. All kinds of parts for these available. They're pretty basic as well. All the electronics are minimal. You get OBD2, it'd be super easy to diagnose. The last thing you want to do is build something like an ice cream truck and then it finds its way into the hands of a person that has no idea how to work on something like that. So having OBD2 is going to be super easy, very reliable, self-tuning. Even though we bought this Cherokee to swap the engine into the other one, I think it's going to serve us better as the platform for this ice cream truck. We'll be able to take everything, all the mechanicals, transfer case, transmission, all the wiring, steering column, brakes, everything we could take out of this and put back into the ice cream truck. Fast forward a couple months, little crotchy. There's the Honda bike that's gotten sold several times. And what's this behind here? Yeah, buddy. So this is what's left of that Cherokee, all put on custom frame rails. We'll talk about that in the next video, episode 2, let's call it. Engines out, transmission, transfer case, axles. It absolutely destroyed the shop. Here's some footage real quick of ripping that thing down. It absolutely destroyed the shop. There's all kinds of stuff up there from it still. All the electronics, all the glass, like we said, steering column, brakes, everything. And the idea is to reuse as much as we can. I mean, imagine having blinkers right on the column instead of like a switch on the dash. Again, not that we're gonna be going nuts, but this definitely a much better platform for the ice cream truck than what's in there. But it is 7:30 on a Saturday, like normal. We gotta get out of here. Yo, what's that? Whoop scissors on a Tundra? We'll get to that, maybe episode 3. Whew. So much work to do, it's not even funny. These episodes where we just talk to the B-roll are definitely not my favorite. I understand, but this is an episode that had to be done. Catch us up to speed, do the intro, talk about why, all that stuff. Let's get smashing on the real Cherokee. Chase truck we've done absolutely nothing to. G-Wagon sitting behind it, excursions lacking, tons and tons and tons of stuff to do. Bikes, mopeds, on top of all the customer stuff. So, man, thank you to 1 year. By the way, this marks absolutely 1 year that we've had this shop. I can't believe it. We've met so many people. It's been so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do not hesitate to reach out. Always looking for someone to hold the camera, especially if you're willing to learn how to wrench, whatever. Don't worry about it if you don't know anything. Get involved. See you on the next one.